Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, the weekend was pretty good for much of the Midwest over the weekend. I think that rainfall was mostly centered in eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, northern Illinois, Indiana, and northwest Ohio. Today we got rains in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, and these rains are expected to move across the Midwest over the next 5 days. Could favor again Minnesota, western Iowa, and the Delta. Overnight, we started out prices in the grains lower and then rallied, led by beans and corn. I think two things. Number one, a little bit of confusion about the annual FSA enrollment acres that were put out. FSA said that farmers enrolled 83 million acres of corn. That's about the same numbers they did last August, but we planted almost 89 million acres. They said that farmers enrolled almost 80 million bean acres, similar to last year's 79, and the actual plantings are 84.3. Wheat enrollment 51.7. Last year was 52.6, and the actual plantings are 56.1. So they're confusing. The wheat numbers are a little bit lower than expected, and the pre-vet plant acres that came out are a little over 6 million acres, is a little bit more than what the market had thought. So that's kind of adding to some confusion as to what it means and may have helped prices bounce off of last night's lows. We also have this week a group of people sponsored by Pro Farmer that's going to be driving through the Midwest and looking at yields. Historically, they've had a pretty good job of estimating the corn production based on August 1 numbers. The only problem that they had and the USDA had was in 2010 when conditions were drier than normal, and we lost production from the USDA's August estimate to the final. Funds last week, big sellers in the corn liquidating their long positions. There were net buyers in the beans, and we still see a lot of uncertainty outside markets with the recent devaluation of the Chinese currency. You've got the dollar higher and most commodities led by crude oil lower overnight. Another thing that's kind of filtering into the uncertainty of commodity trading is, will the Fed increase interest rates here in the U.S. in their September meeting? So anyway, we're looking at a little bit higher tone, maybe because of the FSA acres numbers, maybe because of the Pro Farmer tour, and the fact that U.S. farmers and globally farmers in general are not selling at these lower prices, versus the fact the USDA numbers in August were bearish and that the rains are moving across the Midwest. And those that get it will probably help finish off this crop. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.